Greetings everyone, welcome back to my sketchbook. It's still Shark Week, of course, so let's see if we can get through something kind of quick here. I'm going to show you some ridiculous stuff here. This is a pile of pens that I would have picked up in person from each resort that I visited while in Las Vegas. Now, my spouse and I have been to Las Vegas a few times, and yeah, I mean, it was a nuisance for anyone but me to go to each one of these places and get a pen. Now, this is probably one of my favorite pens. This is from the Win. And yeah, I really like that. While we were there, let me see what else is in here. I have a few from the Win. Wow. Anyway, yeah, I kind of haven't looked at these in a while. While I was there, we went to different shows. Like there would be David Copperfield. We also went to Penn Teller. Saw Le Rev at the Win, which was fantastic. It's sort of like a Cirque du Soleil show. Also in Vegas is the Shelby American, well, sort of, you can buy a Shelby there as well, vehicle. He'd be known for being a race car driver, Carroll Shelby that is, and builder of cars. And if you saw the Ford versus Ferrari movie, you would have seen one of these, which is a GT40. So let me just move this stuff out of the way. The other thing that Las Vegas is known for is finding a way to entertain you while getting you to share your money with them. And you can buy these inexpensive decks of cards that were used in the actual casinos themselves. And this one is from the Mirage. So what does all this have to do with Shark Week? Well, I'm sure some of you have heard of card sharks. And I think that's what I'm going to try to doodle something with. It won't be a very long video, but we'll see what we can come up with. I'm going to set that somewhere. Or actually, maybe I'll hold on to that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that exactly. Well, let's see. Open up my inkwell, get up my pen, dip away. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit. So, not really a reference, but maybe we'll figure out something. So, there are a few things about Las Vegas, if you go, that I think you'd enjoy. And then there are things about Las Vegas that I think might annoy. I don't mean to be so poetic. But yeah, I wanted to see what it looked like in the daytime and the nighttime. And I can tell you they're kind of different places when you see them in the daytime and the nighttime. If you get a chance, go and try to, keep it in your head that it's just kind of meant to be an entertainment place. I don't know if you should go there thinking that you're going to take advantage of them. That's not how that place is built. Yeah, no, I think you'd be better off thinking, well, I'm setting aside this money for fun. The house generally wins, is how that saying might go. in my head, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this. This is an unusual way to draw as well. A little messy. All right, I think I'm getting kind of like the main sort of look of the shark. 5 gills is what you kind of want to aim at if you can. Eye. Like that. Now, how would I relate that? I'll figure out something in a second here. I don't know if I can relate something to that. Dip the pen. Maybe the easiest way to relate something to it would just be to put... Actually, where did I... Is there any part of that that I could use? Well, there you go. No real plan, I guess. That's funny. I thought I was just going to crack open that deck of cards and be like, oh yes, this is going to inspire me somehow. Didn't really work out like that. Instead, I'm just getting a bunch of memories of going to Las Vegas, of being like, well, it's a lot of distance between each one of these resorts. So the first time that we went to Las Vegas, we thought we'd walk. Where we stayed actually was like the Grand Desert, I think is what it was called, and it's in behind Harrah's and the Flamingo. And we thought we'd walk from there. We went like down towards Luxor the first time, and my spouse destroyed a pair of Birkenstocks because, well, those things are made out of cork, basically. And sadly, they can't take a lot of walking like that on hot pavement and or concrete. Anyway, they split. And so they got left behind in Las Vegas. Anyway, kind of funny. There's also kind of a facade to that place, Las Vegas. And by facade, and it's funny, it says Mirage on here, but there's something kind of inauthentic and eerie that happens while you're there. Like, it's designed in a way to keep you happy and not know if it's daytime, and yeah, it's really strange. It's a strange place. Here's the next thing that I'm going to do, and this is just for my sake. I'm going to draw upside down. Something that I do when I go to look at CDs or books, for example, um, I have this tendency to not want to turn my head sideways to read things. And the reason why I do that is that I try to tell myself in my own little brain that I should be able to decipher things from different angles. I don't need things to be right side up. Now, that's sort of a psychological thing to do. Like, you should be able to read and write upside down, but how we recognize symbols is a little bit different with a lot of people, I guess. And anyway, so this is just a practice in my brain. You probably noticed that even the way that I drew this, I kind of sectioned things off differently while it was upside down so that it made sense in my brain while I was doing it. So yeah, not perfectly related to Shark Week, but kind of related to Shark Week. I've drawn a version of a shark. I don't know if I would say that this is a great white. Because I'm doing that from memory, I don't really know. I would say this is probably more along the lines of like a bull shark. Because a great white, I think, has a much thicker body there. So anyway, not a very complicated drawing today. I'm just outlining this. And we'll not go too much further along than what we got here. What else? Let's do the top part. It's got to be one of the most remarkable and frightening things in nature to see that. And it's funny that that creature, oh, by the way, what I'm doing now is I'm just going to grab a brush and water. And because I put those little streaks, if you can see those, I'm going to use those to darken the upper half of our shark friend. Have you ever been to a restaurant and the person looking after your order comes over, and there are restaurants that do this? They will come over and they will write their name on a tablecloth that's meant to be drawn on. They'll write their name upside down. Again, that's a funny skill to develop. So anyway, more just rambling on. We're almost done here. Most of you probably know what I'm about to say. Oh, I'm gonna add a little bit here to this fin. I forgot to do that. cloaca, tail fin. All right. I'm sure most of you know this, that their color scheming is perfect for how they use the ocean to camouflage themselves for their hunting capabilities. So if you're underneath a shark, they're light, and if you're over the top of them, they're dark. And if you're looking down in the water, they are hidden from you a little bit because of their color scheming. So they can scheme and find you and figure out if you're food or not. You're not really on their list of delicious things, though, so take whatever you want from that as you will when you go into the ocean. Okay, so I think that's it. It's a simple enough drawing, and so that's the layout anyway that I'm going with. But look at that. We'll put that together and say, oh, look at that. We got blackjack. All right, folks. Simple enough card shark, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out. See you again at some point in the near future. Ciao for now.